Learn's my code.
Hold tight, Learn. Yeah, for real.
Learn.
Like
he come up with a name, OSA, and we pushed it forward. You know what I mean?
KILLA podcast. KILLAofficial.com.
I tell a murderer. 101.4 FM, 24 hours a day, all genres.
FlexFM.co.uk.
Instagram UK Frontline.
Beatbox created.
KILLA.
And we're here to talk about world music and street culture.
KILLA podcast.
And what a fucking pleasure this is. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the KELA podcast live. And I say live because we're doing it out of quarantine and killing it like that, all right? It's a real pleasure. Big shout out to Graffiti Kings. Like I said, it's a real pleasure to have inside the place. Well, in my mind is somebody I've been earmarked to get hold of for a while, and I just wasn't sure with all this going down how easy it was going to be. But yes, we did it. Frawd, OSA crew, how are you, brother?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. Nice to be on the line, mate. Good,
bro. And from what I'm seeing behind you, you've been a busy man. What the hell's going on here?
Yeah, we could say a bit of lockdowns contributed to that, but no, it's been the last couple of years I've been jumping on trying to make a bit of money from the old art.
Yeah.
So really, I got into that. It's due to a bit of like health problems, and I had to cut down with like the drink and all the drugs, stop all that. So in a way, I had to like try and channel the energy into good energy, and then like concentrate on something, you know.
Yeah.
So obviously, that's when graffiti come back into it. And my girlfriend at the time was, maybe you should put it on canvas.
Yeah.
I said, well,
and you know what's interesting about this, when you've got a bit of spare time on your hands and you really apply yourself to something of a fresh perspective, it goes a long way, doesn't it?
Well, exactly. Yeah, it kind of took my mind off the situation which I was dealing with, you know.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of a saviour, I suppose, if you talk about it that way.
Yeah. Did you have an education in the arts? Because bro, that stuff at the back, that's no mean feat. You know what I mean?
No, I didn't. To be honest, I've done a brief little. Obviously, you get your when you go to school, you just got the usual art, you know.
Yeah.
So I never done no education apart from school. But I got expelled from school.
I think with that comes a level of originality. Like I always say, it's like, you know, never mind a Brit school, let's talk grit school. You know, it's like
well that's it. I think sometimes it can ruin what you've naturally got.
Like what Zombie said. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I heard. That what he did say something along them lines, but it's like I did have that in my mind anyway. But it did ring a bell when I heard it, you know.
Yeah.
But it's very true.
I think that's why he's regarded highly as a pioneer and a legend in the game, because you know what Zom brought was the aggressiveness, and then all of a sudden it's like, hey, you can do this too. Do you know what I mean? You could be creative like that too, you know. Well,
I think everyone's got a message. Just because you might not look like what you see, someone else might, you know. And I think that's the beauty of it, even with music, as you know.
Yeah.
Like I could be listening to music thinking, oh, that's what they're on about. You could be listening to it and think, no, that's what they're on about, you know?
Yeah. Subjective, extremely subjective, isn't it?
Yeah, so I think it's quite funny when people look at my paintings that seen them and they say, oh, it's this, it's that. And I'm like, it's not that. But that's your own look on it, you know?
Yeah.
But I do get a lot of, obviously with art, people want to know the message, don't they? They want to know the story behind it, don't they?
That's right. They want the backbone. They want the thing that they can get hold of and it resonate with them.
Yeah. So a lot of the time, I don't necessarily have a story behind why I'm painting it. But when I've talked to people before, showed them, they say it's busy, and you use words like this, and I think to myself, well, if that's coming across to you, like that's busy,
Yeah.
then my mind is a busy place.
Yeah.
So
Dude, when I see Koza, right, the busyness in his, pieces, it's insane, but somehow it works in such a unique and bespoke way. All of a sudden, it's just like that's him. And I think there is something people embody their art, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. You've got your own. Put on it, haven't you? You've got your own. It's something in there that makes it yours, isn't it? You know, that's the way I see it.
Yeah, that's right. And by fuck, man, like over the years, seeing you and OSA do your thing from early doors, integral, getting up to, to what I'm seeing now, I'm like, man, like, is this the trajectory of a bona fide Graff artist? Is it just by natural progression that you get to this point where you've earned enough stripes that you can actually, make it a commodity?
Yeah, I think if you're going to go down the route of graffiti and then say that you was a graffiti artist, and then do paintings, then I think you've got to have done your time, as to say. I wouldn't just say, I'm going to sell art, call it graffiti. I'm a graffiti artist, but I've only done it for a week.
Yeah. You've got to be real. You've got to be.
You've got to say I'm an artist. Then you know what I mean. I'm not. Yeah. Obviously, I might say, or an urban artist or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Who's nicked the form of graffiti and turned it into art.
Yeah, that's right.
But I think I think you've got to have done it properly.
Yeah.
You know,
like
going back to how can I say? Yeah, you've definitely got to have. You definitely got to have. Yeah.
Yeah, because then what you create ultimately retains its cultural currency, its cultural value.
But there's that's it. I suppose there's like if you've done a bit of history on it, you'd be like, oh right, well that's that. Obviously, we got the art here, but then if you searched into it, oh right, he was a graffiti artist, an illegal graffiti artist, went through the stages of what graffiti was back in the day.
Yeah.
So what it is now, it's quite more accepted, isn't it? Like,
yeah.
But obviously, some people with a tag, I'd look at a tag and I think that's fucking good, you know. But some people be like, oh, fuck, excuse my French, I hate that I hate that shit, you know. But to me, I like a tag, you know.
Yeah. Me too. I love, man. I love a good black book, man. I love it when I get people come around here and they tag my book, and I'm like, because it's just such a slap. It's just a slap down of just style and what is immediate about the whole thing, isn't it?
Yeah, sometimes like I don't know, sometimes I'm in the mood to do a full colour piece, spend there hours, yeah. Other times I'm just in the mood just to tag, do throw ups, tag, throw ups, tag, throw up. That's it. And
what is that mood?
That sometimes because I don't know.
I'm trying to work out what maybe that mood is. Is it an aggression? Is it an aggression?
Yeah, maybe. But it's a part of like, I don't know. It's a part. I don't know. I don't know. I do like the part of the vandalism bit as well. You know, because you're causing a bit of damage as well.
No, I appreciate that.
To me, something that's totally obliterated in my tag looks good. Yeah.
Was your tag given to you?
Like, what the hell? What?
Was your tag given to you?
No, it weren't. No, I made up Frawd.
It's such a it's got some banging letters in it.
Yeah, and I spell it two ways, with a W and a U.
That's right.
But,
I like the U.
Yeah, W you could do quite a lot with as well. Use the correct way, innit?
Yeah.
But W's not. But it's got the raw in it as well. Frawd. Yeah, raw.
Yeah. Which conjures up that mental picture that you have of a person. I think about that all the time. Like, I don't know what it is about certain writers and how it's how a letter portrays that in such a, maybe that, like you say, there's in words within words that make it an aggressive thing.
Yeah. Yeah, it can be because there's an attacking form in it as well, isn't there? It's like you're attacking something, but then at the same time, you don't have to be attacking something, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
Like going, I don't know, going from like, I don't know, from what I know graffiti is, I think I never bought my first spray can. I never bought my first spray can till maybe 2010.
Damn. So you were busy between. I mean, I remember you from like 2000.
Like 97, I started.
Yeah. I remember you early.
Like, when was it? Yeah, so I didn't buy a spray till maybe 2010 because all the sprays were being sold well before then. But we never bought sprays till I didn't buy a spray till 2010. Now all I do is buy sprays. I don't really rack them, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's another good thing as well. What the art is it funds itself now, you know. So instead of me having to buy the stuff, I sell a canvas, then I just put the money back in.
Yeah. Totally,
so it funds itself, you know.
Yeah. What do you think? You know what I think helps facilitate that is social media. When the social media level ramped up, that allowed people to be able to sell their stuff as a commodity, and like you say, it then replenishes by the sale, and then you restock, sell, restock.
Yeah. That's how you do it, isn't it? It's like it's the same as supply and demand, isn't it? It's the same process. Yeah,
that's the theory, right?
Yeah.
But there is a mentality that people have, and I guess it's an old stigma, and one that I think that is retained on what makes Graff so hardcore. A lot of people love they love the history of Graff and how bad how badass it is, and then they hang themselves in a street art fashion to make it feel like they're part of that more aggressive scene. Like
exactly, yeah.
And I don't understand, I mean, if, I like to call things the way they are. And if you're just a street artist, then you don't need to be, trying to associate yourself with the more purest of Graff writers. You know what I mean?
Yeah, with the underground side, isn't it? It's what can I say? It's like I'm lost for words. But no, it's like what was you just talking about then?
Actually, it was more of an observation. I tell you what I was probably getting more deep into topic about is there is this fine line between in being like your integrity as a writer to go and rack something, and the opposite end of what graffiti is about, which is like street art, I guess, and people willing to buy the product. It's almost like your integrity, like of racking and taking shit, ultimately will not serve you in the replenishing and refunding of a product that will actually gross you an income. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I know what you're saying.
That's my theory, anyway.
I think a lot of the time, even if you want to think about it, I don't know how much was sprays back in the day. They're like £6 a spray or something. I don't know. Who can afford to buy them sprays anyway? You have to fucking nick them. Excuse my French. Right.
You can get like a pack of 6 for like 20 quid now, can't you? Something like that.
Yeah, like now I think, what is it? It's about £3.50 a tin, and even now it's still a lot of money,
It is, but then people go out for a £4 latte. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, that's what you got to weigh up. I don't drink no more, so maybe that's my bit of my letting my hair down, as to say.
yeah, totally. You know what? I had a bit of an epiphany today. It was actually today, bro. So this is new news, all right? But I had this epiphany. I was like, one day, and I don't know when, but I think one day there'll a new Richard Branson of the world who will have a train company I believe will allow art, Graff on the trains, because there are so many pluses and reasons why.
Well, they could use, even if they didn't do that, they should really, well, they do anyway on the insides. They could use the outsides as an advertisement space, couldn't they?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
The new, for want of a crass example, but if you were a Richard Branson and you were absolutely passionate on Banksy or any of them kind of characters, then that's the sell. Then why wouldn't you want to take that art up and down the country and use your train as a billboard to promote good art?
Yeah, well, it's like even like people that might think, I don't know about graffiti, but on the fence of it, they'd rather see a nice, colourful thing on a white wall, as to say, than on just a white, grey concrete wall.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
same thing with walls. Yeah.
Trains, walls. It's I don't know. It's one of those ones, isn't it? But I don't think that still wouldn't stop it.
No, I don't think. Yeah.
Go over it, won't they?
True.
And then I'll tell you what it might bring. Then it'd be like, so say that I pay for the advertisement on the train, and then fucking hell, and then some fraud dub goes over the fucking advertisement. So then I'll be like, you know what? I'm going to sue you because my advertisement ain't getting shown now, and it didn't for that day. So I want some discount on that.
Yeah.
You know, because that whole day my advertisement had been gone over by some Graff.
Yeah, totally. And then it gets political. I tell you where my head came, where my head was, why I came to that conclusion, because I was thinking of the COVID thing, and I was thinking how potentially redundant some of the images of drill rappers are, because everyone's wearing fucking masks. You know what I mean? But all of a sudden, that rebel, attitude, there's no need for it anymore. You know what I mean?
Like
the cover up
society now.
Yeah, I was worrying about Jaguar Skills and like people like that,
No. It's like, I don't know, going back to the Graff and that, like, I don't know, got into it doing like, I'm not really bored, and then it's quite a good adventurous thing to do, graffiti, when you get into it properly, going out, going on missions, fucking been on some proper long missions, like 14-hour track walks.
Wow.
Like Christmas Day.
14-hour track walks.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't even do 14-hour fucking park walks.
Well, that's what we used to do as well, to be honest. What we used to do is we used to go out brew raising, yeah? And you could go around different areas. But while we're doing this, we'll be writing up everywhere, So be getting the train there, bomb the train, get the beers, go there. While we're there, bomb up the town, come back, get on the train, go somewhere else, until the night's over, as to say. But and then sometimes we might be like, right, then we get the metro, and then at the metro there used to be all the clubs, like the little hidden clubs. So we'd be like, oh, we might go to that club. We ain't been to that club before. So then we'll fucking go and plot up a mission there, So we'd be like, oh shit, Old Street, let's go over there. And we'd go and bomb it there. And then we might go, I'll tell you what, we might go Elaborate Grove and bomb it there. And then we might do something in North London. So we're just going continuously around London, bombing it up.
Okay, so when you say clubs, you mean like dance clubs? Like you do reggae, whatever. So you were as much an all-city club crew as you were traveling around was part of the thing anyway. I'm a true traveler, Yeah. Like I love traveling. Like, so that's part of it as well. That's part of not always being, I don't know, like when you're in your area, a lot of people just stuck in their area, Yeah. And listen, at this point, I need to big up Porch One. I need to big up Gusto. All the
Gusto, definitely a good power man. He was influential for me as well, Gusto, definitely. Learn's my co-D.
Hold tight, Learn. Yeah, for real. Like
he come up with a name, OSA, and we pushed it forward. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
talk to me about those early years. Talk to me about those early years. When that name, that synonymous name, came to fruition, and you guys started going out.
Them years, and that it was like. Well, fucking hell. It's literally like what I just told you. That's what we used to do. We used to go out racking, brew raising, bombing, the trains, the track walks.
How old were you that time?
When it first all started?
Yeah.
14.
Fucking hell, bro. Wow.
14.
That's a true age of somebody just starting out, really, when it comes to Graff. That's the impression you get.
But properly getting into it, though, as well, like going out at 14 doing it,
Yeah.
And it was Like when when me and Learn used to be out, and if he'll meet someone, maybe not be a writer, or I meet someone that maybe not be a writer, he'd be like, "Oh yeah, this is my mate, blah blah blah. He's the one that I do all the Graff with."
I love that. He's my Graff mate.
Yeah, that's it. But
If it just trust me, everyone's got a beatbox mate as well.
Yeah, it's like family. But no, it's mad times. I mean, I've been out with numerous writers. You could be here all day naming them, but the most people were Gusto for me. Taze was a good person for me as well.
Fucking hold tight,
and learn. You know, like obviously I could talk about hundreds of writers, but they're people that, for me, I was with a lot and quite influential for me. You know.
I remember going out with you guys, fucking mate. I mean, if you were 14, you was pretty young when we were hanging out. I mean, I'm talking about like the once or twice we did back in like early noughties, super early noughties.
Yeah.
And when I was with Gusto, it would be you, Taze, Learn. Who else was there?
Vino's, yeah.
Yeah, Vino's, yeah. But you guys had this whole thing going, you know.
Yeah, well, that's what it is. Nice. It is a mad little world, the old Graff world.
Yeah. And I'll tell you what, man, it feels like sometimes when we talk about that era, you know, I mean, I remember a couple of times when we hung out, all through Nathan and the FKF thing, or the around the peripheries of that crew. And just hanging out, man. And it's funny, I always feel like now, like Graff always tended to follow me. It's just
well, I can understand why it does, because I know people that just didn't necessarily used to Graff. They just like coming out and doing what we done.
Yeah.
Like a lot of time we'd be going out, trying to go to a different area, maybe try and pick up some girls on the way, but we'd be going out getting drunk for free. And a lot of people, sometimes you can't afford that stuff, let alone get served at that age, you know?
Well, I think you've just hit the nail on the head, because you know what? You're right. I never went out I never went out writing or anything. But what I did facilitate was going to a club, because I would perform. And that's where you guys, that's like you say, you got to go out and drink for free. Well, I was a total facilitator for my mates. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what happened. Yeah.
That's it. So that's just the way it is. Most of the boredom got me into all that, you know.
Golden era though, bro. Like when I think about that time, the late 90s, early noughties, and OSA and all the other Southwest boys, you know, rival crews and things like that. I mean, this was like a spawning of a new area in Graff, wasn't it?
Well, yeah, I suppose, if you think about it, it's like what maybe new generation.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You know, you had your kind of you kind of had the DDS thing.
Yeah.
And you guys were coming on the
the next one's coming up from that, isn't it?
Did you feel that? Because I certainly watched that.
Yeah, of course. Well, DDS were always there, weren't they? You know, they've always been there. So, and then you got the people obviously coming up from that.
Yeah.
Start your own crew, do that, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
But no, they're the most influential writers
in England, yeah.
In England, isn't it? Yeah. So, but then you got people like before them, like PFB and all that.
That's right.
Which most of the influence for them, you know.
Yeah, that's right. I would say so. What were your biggest influences as a crew? Would you say, like writer-wise?
I don't know. Like, a lot of the time, I think American Graffiti. The first American Graffiti I see. Remember that Subway art?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
But I don't know, mate. To be honest, like obviously, you look at DDS and you think, they're the people to be at the moment. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But then you got to think, well, you've got to make your own name, haven't you? You got to get up there yourself and become something that people talk about as well. You know.
Yeah, that's right. Did you mirror
I wouldn't say I was one of them people that's starstruck.
Yeah, I get you.
You know, like
Yeah,
you can
okay.
see, look, you can see them boys are good, and like obviously you will become that, you know.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I was going to say. Did you repeat kind of trends as a crew? Did you mirror the trends that were going on at Graffiti?
Yeah, I think like, but yeah, I think there is certain like with racking and things like that. But I think all these names and all the rules of it come from America.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, all the details. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, so we've just mirrored that really, but maybe put a London twist on it, or a UK twist on it.
What do you reckon that twist is? Because I'm often fraught in my head of like, what? Because you can see and feel the difference. You know what it is, but you just can't put your finger on it.
I don't know. Obviously, maybe the style, maybe a bit different. Obviously, the racking's there. The
aggression in the
trains are there. The getting up's there.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's very similar, but all I can say is it's got to be a little bit of the UK's own stuff there. Maybe the style, you know.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know. I don't know if they went out brew raising in America. Maybe they did. It might be an English culture because we do love a drink, isn't it?
Hey, you know what, bro? You know what? That's a really good point.
Yeah.
I think lifestyle and and it's. I was speaking to Sent from Warsaw, Poland, about this, and I said to him, "Dude, like, how do you guys even get up? Like, it's so fucking cold out here." Like, well, and he was telling me that, like, it's in the podcast actually, in the episode. He was saying, you know, it's so cold, the paint is freezing. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, fucking hell, yeah, I bet. Like, I've been in Russia as well, but not when it was, Poland's just can get cold as well.
Yeah.
But, I weren't in Russia when it was cold, but, I thought the same. I used to say to this bird that I was with, to say, like, fucking hell, like, obviously she knew I wrote and that. I said, how do they do it in the freezing cold here? You know, but I suppose they got a touch because I doubt many people are out late at night in that cold weather.
That's true. That is like a one up that they probably have.
Yeah, but like walking around, mate. I think in the snow, I think you get lost in Russia. You could be walking down the road and disappear down a hole.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And also the footsteps can be tracked as well. Like you can see the footsteps in like a white floor.
Yeah, because it gets so snowy and the roads are that bad out there, the footpaths are that bad out there. So if it's covered in snow and you're walking, you don't see the hole, you disappear down it, and then you can't get back, and then you can't get back up, and then you're frozen to death.
I swear to God, mate, this is like one of those kind of like black comedies, you know what I mean? Like the kind of ones where you don't know whether to laugh or cry. It's just a little bit.
Yeah, I think I think I've got a bit of dark sense of humour, but
it's its own documentary. but while we're on the subject, I mean, so you went on 14-mile like hikes to get to certain destinations. Like, so were these like regular missions? Did this happen quite regularly?
Well, to be honest, not so much. That happened at Christmas Day. What, back in the day? Yeah, back in the day. That was about 2004.
Right.
And or maybe 2004. But yeah, that was a Christmas Day flex. That was. So hence why you could be on the tracks that long walking. Because normally, if it weren't, the trains would be running by a certain time. You have to get off.
What do you say to your parents when you say you're going to go out? What do you say to your flatmates? Like,
used to say I'm going to my mate's house, and he used to say I'm going to my mate's house. But some people's parents and that didn't mind, you know.
Yeah.
So then we used to go to the Isyard, and then they used to be like, oh, well, I think 14, 15, 14, 13, yeah, kind of 14 parents were kind of, I don't know, I was kind of left up to my own devices, as to say, you know.
Yeah, I get it.
Like my old girl died when I was young, so I was brought up in like a man household, you know.
Right.
Obviously, old man dealing with the shit as well, and kind of left to my own devices. You know, like
Yeah,
I said, I'm going there, not questioned.
Mm.
Yeah, I suppose he was dealing with his own shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
We was all dealing with it, but none of us were talking. You know.
Yeah.
So that's it. So maybe that mostly took my mind off it as well. And you're a bit like, oh, fuck the world, you know? I'm going to do what I fucking want to do.
Yeah, and for whatever positives and negatives they had, I mean, we're only talking in retrospect, like in the thought of you, you probably it's never even crossed your mind until this conversation. Do you know what I mean? Because it was just regular for you. Yeah, we're going to go out on Christmas. That's it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, well, that's it. Christmas. I don't think I've never had a Christmas dinner with the family. It's always around someone else's house.
Yeah.
I always used to have Christmas dinner around someone else's house.
It is what you make it, and if a trip to the Graff store is the order of the day, then that's what you do, isn't it?
Oh, come round my house, mate. We'll make you dinner or something, you know. But that's madness. Like some of them track walks. Sometimes you think back and you think, what the fuck? I'm doing this for some tagging stuff. I'm not getting no money from it. Doing it for free. You know, dedicating nights to it, you know?
Yeah.
Now I wouldn't even think about working, and I wouldn't think about doing work for free, you know?
Yeah.
But I've done all that for free.
But here's the thing, right? What's your intention per reach, per tag? Because here's the way I make an equivocal of it in my head. When I put out a social media post, and I know the juice is entirely worth the squeeze, and I'm like, I'm going to max the fuck out on this. I'm going to hit everywhere, bang, 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 and I get this surge of endorphin that I'm doing it, and no one can fucking stop me because I want it posted and I want it.
Yeah. Well, it's definitely that comes up there, and I think that comes into it as well sometimes, because you could think. Yeah, that's what some writers, or I reckon a lot of writers, you might be like, oh my God, fucking hell, see that reach, and instantly you just want to go to it. You know, you think, fuck it, no one's around me, but really there could be 100 people around you, but you don't see that. You just see tunnel vision. You just see that fucking wall. You're just like, boom, regardless that there could be 100 people looking at you.
And how many fucks did you give back then when you did something like that? I mean, just the satisfaction alone was enough for you to, fuck it all off?
It all depends. You could be drunk, and then you might not even give even more of a fuck then, because you're totally drunk, and then is it your inhibitions or whatever? It's gone, isn't it? It's gone. So you're just like, fuck it, I don't care. You'd be tagging, and next thing you know, some fucking man's rugby tackled you. What the fuck are you doing, mate? That's my fucking wall or some shit, you know what I mean?
Oh, no way, really? Has that happened before?
Yeah, loads of times. With the law as well. Like,
I mean, you're quite a tall geezer, man. I wouldn't want to, like, single you out for a fight. You like you land yourself.
Well, I'd like to think so. I've got into, due to my health stuff as well, and trying to stop drinking and that, I've got into Kung Fu and Tai Chi. So I've been doing that for the last couple of years.
Don't fuck with the writers, you know what I mean? Like,
but that used to be another mayhem thing, because obviously then you get hit. We used to call them heroes, because then they'll be like, boom, and many times you end up, it started with a tag, but then end up getting nicked for an assault charge.
Wow.
Because the member of the public's tried to say something, I might have even tried to hit you as well. And then there might be a few of you, then you might pounce on them, set on them, then it gets in a fight, then it becomes a higher charge, you know.
Has that happened before for you, an OSA?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, with that, a few times you get a few skates, even the old the BTP or whatever. Even undercovers have been on the lines when we've been bombing up on the troops, and then out of nowhere, Bosh, out of nowhere, Bosh, undercover BTP, stop waiting. What the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, this is supposed to be a BTP going to work.
But that's mad, because your intentions
because he's got the badge.
So I don't mean
fun.
to cut in and out with you because I can just hear certain parts. So for anyone that's listening, it's not my rudeness. There's a slight delay, but it's all good. It's all good. It sometimes happens like that with Zoom. You were only going out there to do the thing you were doing. That what happens is you get done for something that you had no intention of being held accountable for.
Yeah, well, you're not intentionally going out looking for to get in a scuff with someone because you want to put your reach, but obviously it does happen.
Yeah.
You know? And
which then creates a bad vibe, doesn't it, about what your intentions are and how much of a bad rep the scene has in general.
Yeah, I don't even know if you even remember growing up. When you're growing up and like you might be getting drunk or whatever, and then you get the older, like the adults that might come out, and we might be in a bit loud, but some adult will come out the pub and try and go, "You lot, keep it down, what you doing, you little idiots," or something like that. Just trying to like antagonise you or something. Yeah. Then you're thinking, what's all this about? Then it comes over, he starts it, everyone else finishes it, and then we're the ones that get in trouble for it. And you think, hang on here, mate, you're the adult, you come over, started it all, thought you could Billy Big Bollocks it all. You got the pasting, and then we got done for it. But it's totally left. Like, hang on here, if you was watching this from afar, you've come out your way to come over to us and give us a piece of your mind when we're not bothering you, you know?
Yeah. I totally get that. And
it's remember that growing up, like.
Yeah. Oh yeah, totally. You just get tainted, but you get painted with the same brush over and over again.
Yeah, that's what it used to be like.
What's your feeling? Like, I don't think I've asked anyone this before. What's the feeling like when you're in a situation and someone pulls a badge on you like that? Like, where's your heart go? Where's your feeling? Where's your thoughts go?
Yeah, it goes right up, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But no, well, fucking hell, you just instantly like want to get away, don't you?
Yeah.
You're like, oh my god, here we go. Like, oh shit, fucking hell, you just want to get away naturally, innit? You just want to get away, and sometimes it could be one of those, isn't it? It's a bit like. It's two things, isn't it? It's like it's in the animal world. It's either you fight or you flight, don't you? Yeah.
Ooh,
so you've got that full. So, but sometimes you could be like, "Fuck," but you're standing there because you're a bit shocked with it. Yeah. You're like, "Fuck," he's going there, and then you register in my mind, "Fuck, I need to get out of this situation," and then. You might be like thinking shit, and then there might be an opportunity. You take it because I think you've got to take the opportunity because you're going to get nicked anyway. Yeah.
You might as well just
fuck it. I'm off. Like I get away.
Have some Mr. White from fucking Breaking Bad in you. Just like think of a logical explanation and a means to get out of a shit situation. Just have it in the back of your mind. You know what I mean?
That's it. And sometimes when you're caught, and you just gotta. Deal with it at the police station, isn't it?
It's a fair cop, I guess.
But yeah, it's had some scrapes in my life, but live here to tell the tale, you know.
And I think it's super important that, look, you know, in light of what's been going on in the world, and you know, people passing and things, and life moving on really quick. You know, this is twofold, by the way. You know, it's important to document the lives of these people while they're still alive, but also documenting a moment because you're clearly by the visuals we're seeing here, you're really moving into a world where, you know, this can aid your activities and progression. But there was this time that was like super key to all of these things, and if you're not talking about it, then you lose a part of London, you lose a part of your story. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely. I'm sure there's loads of people that have got similar stories to me, just different time, you know?
Yeah.
It's the same. A lot of writers and that done the same as what I'd done, out raising, same brew raising, whatever. So it's mostly just different people, different stories, different nights. It all happens all over, most probably, not even in London, mate, you know? It's like everywhere.
Yeah.
Just my experience, you know.
Yeah, no, I feel that, bro. Like, and it's just fucking awesome to see you doing your thing over there. And do you speak to Learn much?
Yeah, I ain't spoke to him in a bit, but yeah, he's all good. He's all good. He's had a bit of good news, so yeah, that's all good.
That's cool. That's cool. And before we go, where can people check out your shiz, man? Where can they find your art?
Oh, find it. Oh, what they could? Couldn't you just put a link on it at the end?
Yeah, I'll tell you what, we'll do that. I'll chuck it in the comments. All right, so guys, look, go down there and check the comments. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the link. That's the link to business.
But to be honest, I haven't got a website up yet. If you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
It's I want to get something up and going.
Yeah.
And that's another reason, obviously, why you were saying that it would be good for your art as well. You know, doing the talk. So that's another reason why I come on and done it as well. And obviously, so yeah, well, I'll give you the thing at the end. You just leave it there. But it's more of an Instagram account.
Brilliant.
But there's not really a thing on there, if you know what I mean. So yeah, there's no specific place where you can buy it yet, if you know what I'm saying.
So people can DM
more
you
like on eBay or something like that. eBay or something. Or
yeah, there you go. Yeah, no,
I don't know how that works.
eBay's a good look. You know what I mean? There's loads of
a bargain, don't they?
Yeah. You know, it might be good if you hit up UK Frontline.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. What do they sell the stuff on there? Yeah.
I'm almost certain they will.
Big Cartel. What's that about?
Yeah, that's another good platform as well. Big Cartel. If you set up a Big Cartel, then you're golden. You know.
Yeah,
in fact, I'll see what we do. Let's reach it out on the page here. So on YouTube, guys, listen, if you can advise Frawd and where he could start selling his art, so you guys can pick it up. Hit the link below, but also hit the comments.
Yeah, nice one. Yeah, cheers for that, people.
Yeah, man, all about that. Brother, it's been a fucking pleasure. Thanks so much for joining me in the pod trap. You know what I mean?
No, mate, it's been golden, mate. Golden. No, nice one to see your face as well. I ain't seen it in a long time.
Yeah, bro. Honestly, bro, these things.
Gorgeous as ever, mate. Gorgeous as ever.
Oh, thank you. Aye, you're asking for a shandy. Yeah.
Right, well, what's it? Peace out and be in touch, mate.
For sure. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, you keep it locked, all right? This is the KELA podcast show. Every Tuesday and Thursday. You've been street cultured, all right? Don't forget to share, tell a friend, hit subscribe, hit the bell, and get ready for some more KELA podcast in and out, like in was out of fashion, all right? Peace.